6'3", number 22, Cason Wallace. At center, 7', number 55, Isaiah Hartenstein. At power forward, 7 feet 1 inches, number 7, Chet Holmgren. At the other forward position, standing 6'5", number 8, Jalen Williams. At guard, 6'6", number 2, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The head coach for your Oklahoma City Thunder is Mark Daigneault. Another round of applause for Oklahoma City.
And now the Washington Wizards starters. We've got Anthony Davis, Trae Young out there with Johnson. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly, and it's Sarr in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Thunder, SGA and Wallace for the backcourt. Two big bodies inside with Holmgren and Hartenstein in the middle. And it's Williams in at the 3. What a great front court matchup we have tonight, Legs. Do those battles look a little different from when you played?
Well, certainly there's less wrestling going on down on the block. More of these post players now want to step out and face up. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm a fan of either style.
A lot of space on the floor, that's for sure.
There's no doubt much more difficult to defend these post players with all this versatility.
Here's Wallace. After the basket by Washington. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Wallace. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 6. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And you know, as a roller, Holmgren shows great hands, and he makes nice adjustments moving downhill.
Young inside. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Young can't hit. And we're about a minute into the first. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Mark Daigneault. The developing game of Trae Young is something that Coach discussed with his players. Coach said he's been one of the league's assist leaders. Don't get so consumed trying to stop him that you give him the easy passes inside. They know the danger that Young possesses. We'll see if they can contain him here. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Well, Grant, you look up and down this Thunder roster. It is just loaded with winning players.
Yeah, B.A. Guys who are going to make the right play, defend their spot, move without the ball. I mean, they've built something special in OKC, piece by piece.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it after the basket by Washington. Holmgren with a screen on Young. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren.
Great execution out of the pick and roll. Shai with a perfect delivery.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Outside Coulibaly. Back to Young. Hartenstein pulls it in. The Thunder have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Williams from long range. Here's Holmgren. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And this is what Coach wants to see from Holmgren. Outworking the defense to get a second chance look.
Davis with it. Now guarded by Holmgren. Washington moving the ball around. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Now here's Wallace. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's SGA with a drive. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
They're really working the paint now.
Wizards trail by 6. And now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. George, he's checked in for Coulibaly. And it's still early in the season, but it's always a good time to check out some power rankings. A lot could change before playoff time. You look at the Warriors, they pulled themselves up to the second place spot.
Well, I think for the Thunder, they made it clear from the jump they were coming for the #1 seed, and they've got to feel good knowing it's theirs now. It gives them the best chance to come away with the championship.
Now here's Davis. Inside, here's Sarr, and he goes big with the dunk, right over Isaiah Hartenstein.
Sarr using all of his length and athleticism to tell this league that he has arrived.
Williams from long range. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. SGA's got his 4th assist with that last one. And looking at Jalen Williams, is there a part of his game you like best, Grant?
You know, it's tough to pick just one, B.A. He's such an all-around player. He can guard point guards, post players, you name it, and can score from anywhere on the court.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Young's there. Wallace's shot is good.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Outside Johnson. SGA with a steal. And SGA throws it down.
Well, once he has some open space ahead of him, there's just no stopping SGA.
Pass to George. Young from long range. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Oklahoma City leading by 9. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. And it's Young picking him up. SGA passes to Holmgren. He buries it from 3. Holmgren's got 11 points.
Yeah, it's just too easy for Holmgren. Man, is he fun to watch operate off the catch.
Young, the pass to Sarr. And finished off by Sarr.
Ooh, that's a tough spot to be in as a defender. With that height disadvantage, it's very hard to protect the rim.
Screen by Holmgren. SGA passes to Williams. There's the triple. Washington with a rebound. They're coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, I think they'd like to forget that game. You usually want to find some teaching moments, but in this case, it might be best to just destroy the tape.
Well, and the bottom line is they just had too many unfavorable matchups. They could never find a lineup that worked.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Holmgren with a screen on Johnson. SGA passes to Holmgren. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And this is why so many are high on Holmgren. His ability to dominate games with his scoring.
Floats one. And the layup is good by Young. 9 points in the game.
Watching the trajectory on a floater never gets old. One of the most fun ways to score that this league has.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
Well, these days, interior offense takes great determination and discipline.
And so it's Chet Holmgren making things happen for Oklahoma City. He had solid production this quarter with scoring and rebounding. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Thunder.
Well, hey, guys, I mean, can we talk about how unselfish they've been? Just racking up the assist numbers, moving it around with great precision.
And I like how they've played defense, turning turnovers into points. Those are huge.
Wallace and Williams run the wings. 2 big bodies inside with Holmgren and Hartenstein in the middle. And it's SGA in at the point guard position. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going in the second. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
George outside. Pass to Davis. Shot clock at 5. Shots blocked.
Yeah, no way. Not happening. Hartenstein denies it. The 7-footer getting it done defensively.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on Russell. Here's SGA. Give him 8 points now. On the wing, Wallace. Three-pointer, no good. The Wizards trail by 14. And the Wizards last season with the worst record in the Eastern Conference. Grant second in losses only to Utah.
Yeah, B.A., the course is clear. Development and youth. The losses can be tough to stomach, but they do have some intriguing up-and-coming players.
After seeing a franchise player like Luka Doncic traded, do you think there's anyone who is truly untouchable now, Tim?
Well, I tell you what, that trade, BA, made me realize nobody in this league is immovable. You just don't know what the future holds, and I think fewer guys will stay with one team their entire careers.
That was a shocker for sure. Trae Young, he's checked in for Russell. And he makes a first. And despite their historic regular season success, OKC still had their doubters around the league, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., and it was verging on disrespect if you ask me. But youth and inexperience counted against them. Now, they knew their true test would come in the playoffs, and they passed it with flying colors, taking home the championship.
And Gilgeous-Alexander has shown tremendous growth in this area. His ability to break down a defense on ball screen.
Here's Young, and the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot two.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Well, Graham, this is the third season under this front office for the Wizards.
And bringing experience from years working for the Oklahoma City Thunder, their commitment level to building the right way is rock solid.
Now here's SGA. Against Sacramento, he was really on his game.
And such a clever player in pick and rolls, Gilgeous-Alexander is unpredictable and understands how to attack defenses.
Here's Carrington. The Wizards with another miss. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. 14 points, their largest margin of the game. On the wing, Wallace. SGA, a screen on Young. On the wing, SGA, covered by Carrington. Here's Holmgren, and the big finish by Holmgren.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Anthony Davis talked about what motivates him. He said championships, the things I do in the community, being a good teammate, playing hard. All that stuff matters the most to me. Don't get me wrong, money is amazing, but my legacy will win that battle every time. Brian, back to you.
Priority straight. All right, Allie. Thanks a lot. Here's Riley. 15 in his last outing. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on Davis. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Wallace. Gilgeous-Alexander against Young. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
North of the border, he's north of the rim.
Young looking over the floor. Davis against Hartenstein. And count it. The shot is good, and he'll go to the line.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
The Wizards making a switch here. This will be his third free throw attempt of the game.
And give them credit for making a more concerted effort to get to the line this quarter.
Kicks it out to Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Sinks the tray. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 17 points.
The shots are falling, and he is making it look easy.
And now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Looking at last year, here were the players that led the way in terms of overall scoring. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on top.
For him, it was a season to remember, and I think his fans would say the same.
Coulibaly up top. Williams defending. Back to Johnson. Pass to Young. And it's blocked by SGA.
That is timing on the part of SGA, protecting that paint.
SGA against Young. Left side Johnson. Here's the three. Nice tray. So good.
He's an absolute beast to deal with for the defense. Sometimes he can even leave you feeling helpless.
Takes a step back. Kicks it out to Holmgren. The three. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 18.
Well, he's done everything you want offensively. Great shot selection, and he is a big reason why they have the lead.
Here's Young. Tough finish from Young.
Oh, he's not the reason they're down right now. He has played smart, efficient basketball.
Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Williams with it. And Johnson picks him up defensively. SGA against Sarr. SGA drives. Oh, that was incredible! Oh, my goodness!
And we are witnessing some classic high-flying action.
Is that a crowd pleaser or what? No matter what building you're in.
Wow, I am speechless at the kind of athleticism needed to pull that off.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. They just can't miss right now. Every shot they're taking, you assume, is going in. Back after this.
Welcome, and fellas, what a half it's been for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, also known as SGA, and he hasn't been MIA today.
It's been all about SGA. This guy's slicing and dicing out there. Great feel for where he can get his shots, and his teammates are looking for him.
Ride it till it breaks. Ooh, it's time to bring out those power rankings. Steve's gotten off to a good start this season.
You know, right now for the Thunder, their roster is stacked. We expect them to be the top dog. In my book, they are the title favorites.
Shaq calling his shot.
Not really going out on a limb there, huh, big fella?
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Hey, we didn't expect this. Not normally a big-time assist maker, he's done a great job moving the ball around.
So this is a nice adjustment, running the offense through him tonight. That's a nice little switch-up.
Oklahoma City leading by 16. Checking out the group for Brian Keefe to start the second half. Davis out there with Bilal Coulibaly. Then there's Johnson. Then it's Trae Young. And it's Sarr in at the 5 down low. Out of bounds, it'll be Thunder ball. And with this break, we have a chance to break down where the assists have been coming tonight between the front court and back court for Oklahoma City.
And their guards have been in charge in that regard. They have the ball in their hands and give them credit. They're not just looking to create good shots, they're looking to create good shots for everyone.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Back to SGA. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Hartenstein. Williams from long range. Fires in the triple. Williams has got 6.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Legs, you look at Jalen Williams coming out of college. Early doubts about his athletic ceiling proving unfounded.
No question about it. There were limitations placed on him as an athlete because he's got a fairly unique build if you think about it. Really long arms and barrel-chested, but his agility really opening eyes.
Well, and you can never underestimate the heart, and he plays with a lot of it.
Absolutely.
Here's Young. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. He's got 18.
Yeah, Trae Young has been relentless offensively. He has brought the effort and the production.
Outside, SGA. Top of the key. Here's Hartenstein. Off target at the rim. The Wizards trail by 19. Johnson on the wing. SGA covering. That one's good for 2. Johnson's got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, for a young wing like Johnson, scoring inside will open up the rest of the floor for you.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Hartenstein. And a fast break now for the Wizards. Here's Young. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds in the game. Outside for SGA. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by SGA. Here's a look at what's coming up for Oklahoma City. On Sunday, they'll take on Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And that game against the Trailblazers, it's the second game of a back-to-back, so you know there'll be some heavy legs out there. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes its toll on your body.
Pass to Williams. Holmgren outside. Outside, SGA. To the middle. Here's Hartenstein. Got a hand on it.
And as Sarr gets older, he'll learn how to use his length even more.
Here's Coulibaly. Washington again can't hit. And SGA has got the ball here for the Thunder. They'll be playing host to New Orleans for their next one. It's game 3 of a trifecta at home. And Hartenstein slams it in.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Down low. Here's Sarr. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Sarr's got 6. And players these days with great ball handling, but occasionally getting away with a carry at times.
Oh, you know, B.A., the old discontinued dribble. I mean, this might be where tracking cameras can start to help because it's such a tough call for an official to assess in the moment.
And so now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, B.A. Commissioner Silver talked about health, and he said that some of the injuries that our young players are experiencing are overuse injuries. In earlier eras, players in school participated in different sports depending on the season. He said perhaps a return to that approach is warranted. Back to you.
Interesting thought. Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
That is great concentration by Davis. He had a man all over him.
And he's got his 4th free throw of the game. And that one misses.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Holmgren outside. From behind the arc. Rebound by the Wizards.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Davis, the pass to Young. Back to Davis. He goes up again. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Back to Williams. SGA surveying the D. Pass to Wallace. Back to SGA. And SGA throws it down hard.
And SGA showing you some impressive hops.
Outside Carrington. To the left wing. Davis with a screen on Williams. And finished off by Davis.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
Williams on the wing. Wallace outside. Pass to SGA. Oh, George with a steal. And he's going for the lob. And stolen by Williams. And a fast break now for the Thunder. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And Shea has the ability to break down any defense on any given possession, and you're seeing that again tonight.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Young against Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 on the shot clock. Young against SGA. And it's blocked by SGA. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. The shot clock violation.
Wizard substitution. Vucevic. D'Angelo Russell.
2 on the clock. Here's SGA. And he gets that one. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 11 in the second half.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, you'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, the way this game is going, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. This one may have already been decided. Thunder out in front, running away with it. We'll take a quick break and a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your two guards share the wealth.
Well, he made the right play. It didn't have to be a highlight reel play, and that's all you can ask from any position.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Two big bodies inside with Holmgren and Hartenstein in the middle. SGA and Wallace are the backcourt. And it's Williams in at small forward. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Kicks it out to Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. Screen by Holmgren. And he lobs it up to the rim. Hammers the lob through.
And timing like this will serve Holmgren well. Leaping at the exact right moment for the alley-oop.
Pass to Davis. SGA with a steal. About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. Hartenstein with a screen on Russell. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice spin off the left rim and in. SGA's got 32 points in the game. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And they also deserve a lot of credit for getting points off turnovers. Their hustle has allowed them to take advantage of those opportunities.
The kick out to Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA, a screen on George. The three from Holmgren. And he drains another one. He's now 10 of 11 from the field.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
Pass to Riley. Russell against Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 6. Here's Riley. Beyond the arc. The shot no good. Some solid defense from Williams.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
From deep, Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander can't throw down the putback. And so it's Russell who brings up the ball for the Wizards. Following this game, they host the Magic, and that's a one-game homestand for the club. Davis, the Thunder with the rebound. SGA's got rebound number 7 tonight. Pass to Holmgren. Back to SGA. From deep. Knocks down the long J. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points in the quarter.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
They have found a weakness in the defense, and it's on their ability to defend the three-point line.
The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
Well, it's simple math. You've got to limit teams to one shot on your defensive end and then give yourself extra possessions when you have the ball.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. Misses the layup. Right side, Russell. Tim, you got into the NBA media very quickly after your playing days. Were you naturally drawn to this side of the game?
Well, B.A., I think I always saw the game as a coach would, trying to watch all 10 players at the same time. So for me, the ability to stay connected to the game while also talking about it and hopefully teaching people really is what's drawn me to it from the beginning.
And no suffering the L from the broadcast table.
That's for sure. You don't have to have any sleepless nights.
Oh, there's the alley. Davis misses.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Yeah, the timing was a little bit off and it forced the miss.
2 minutes.
Outside, SGA. Great open look there. SGA's got 37.
A dynamic score. Gilgeous-Alexander is so good at finding his spots and executing.
On the wing, Davis. Outside, Russell. Washington moving the ball around. Sarr against Hartenstein. And Young the bucket on the assist by Sarr. Give him 20.
And we know Trae Young will hurt you from deep, but when he's getting inside and scoring around the rim, it just makes him that much more difficult to contain.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Thunder.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And with this win, they've tallied up a total of 6 wins on the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And his playmaking was a big storyline in this game. He got guys involved and found them in their favorite spots.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Counted from distance. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 40 points.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
Yeah, the atmosphere in this arena has been unbelievable. Great all-around effort by everyone to put this game away.
15 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Pass to Holmgren. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
It's going to be on Anthony Davis. The first one falls.
Chet Holmgren.
So he makes 1 of 2, and the second one misses. And so Oklahoma City takes this one, and by a big margin, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
And that about wraps it up. With Tim Legler, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. As always, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.